Should the doctor face malpractice charges? Joining us now is Fox News medical contributor Dr. Mark Siegel and malpractice attorney Andrew Smiley. Andrew, people here on Twitter are saying revoke his license.
I think that's a really good idea. You know, the ethics committees that govern this in California, they have the right to do it. They're going to investigate this doctor. Clearly, he's doing things that depart from the standard of care. That's what we call negligence.
Right.
It's what we call malpractice. They should revoke his license and get him out of there.
Doctor, the national guidelines for implantation of embryos is 2 to 3. He put in 6, and then 2 of them split. So, I mean, did this guy absolutely violate medical ethics in your judgment?
Well, the American Society for Reproductive Medicine would certainly say so, and Suleman was 33 years old. 1 probably would have been enough. You know, we've cut way down on the number of multiple births we have. 3 or more is only 2% right now, and we want it to be even less. And this guy, look, and what he did with this other woman, she's 49 years old. She wanted 1 baby. He implanted 20-year-old fetuses from a 20-year-old. The chances of multiple births was very high. She could end up with high blood pressure, a stroke, a heart attack. I mean, this is really bad stuff.
Which invites the question, you've identified negligence, and I thoroughly, as a lawyer, agree with you. The question is who's been harmed here. Now, with octuplets, generally, some of them will have physical and mental disabilities.
No question about
would
that.
you, if you were a lawyer, Andrew, see to it that guardian ad litems, did I not say you were a lawyer? I'm sorry. Were you their lawyer is what I meant to say. Were you representing them? Guardian ad litems for all 8 of those kids and sue the doctor?
Well, that's going to be tough. There's certain legal hurdles where they may not have a right, these babies, to bring a case against the doctor. The tricky thing here is...
Why not? They've been harmed by his negligence.
Well, that's an issue. What's happened is the mother, she actually consented. They brokered a deal here. She says not only did he mislead her and he didn't do this without her consent. She wanted it. She was aware of it and wanted all of these children. So it's a tricky issue here.
I completely agree with Andrew that his license should be on the line. Regarding malpractice, let's keep in mind that she's probably not in her right mind. And doctors have an obligation to consider the psychiatric state.
That is true. I mean, she was actually diagnosed as having depression issues, which I would suppose they could turn around and say, look, she wasn't necessarily thinking clearly. But you know what?
That's right.
The doctor is responsible. He's the doctor, not she.
He's the one that's responsible.
And not only that,
should have his license.
Shouldn't they do some sort of medical testing, first of all, to find out how fertile a woman is? Because, I mean, if you're going to implant 2 or 3 embryos or 6 embryos...
Well, and she already had 6 previously, so we know she's going to be fertile.
We know she's fertile.
His clinic has a very low success rate, but he knew with her that he already had a success.
And he was,
he
was stacking the deck. He was putting in all these embryos, hoping to have a higher success.
And the same with the other patients.
All right, can she sue him even though she consented? Because now she's saddled with trying to raise a total of 14 kids, a 3-bedroom disheveled home. We've seen pictures. She's not married. She's not employed. She's got to support these kids on food stamps. The family filed for bankruptcy. Can she sue for damages, the doctor?
She can, but this is what she would have to prove, that he didn't give her informed consent. He didn't explain to her, look, this is what could happen when I put these many embryos in there. I'm going to do what you want, but you could have serious problems. The kids could have problems. And if she said, I know it, I want to accept that risk, I want to go ahead, she's got a problem.
What if she's not competent to give informed consent?
It's very hard to believe that she gave informed consent in the sense that he told her what she'd be getting into. I really find that hard to believe. There's a lot of wiggle room here.
Yeah, and the same sperm donor. I mean, as far as whose sperm she's using, I wonder if that's ever going to come out. Who's the daddy?
Yeah, we heard today that she's not sexually active. I mean, this is a very...
She hasn't had sex in 8 years.
This is a very strange case. And she's been mistreated. The real problem here is the doctor, not the patient.
And the birth certificate was falsified. That's a crime, so somebody could actually go to jail. All right. Andrew Smiley, Dr. Mark Siegel, thank you.
Thank you both. Wish we had